OBS, as soon as you click live on the OBS, it's supposed to go live automatically on YouTube. And that's what I did the very first time I did it, and it worked fine. But now I click the on button, and then I have to click on in YouTube too. Hey, at least that makes my feelings feel a little bit better. I was like, nobody loves me. It'd be funny if no one showed up anyway. Hey, already got 2 likes though. That's a party. Alrighty, anyway, Captain Distraction. This is Lords of the Fallen. You should get it. It came out last year. And I personally loved it, but it got a lot of hate online. Pretty much just because it's a Dark Souls-esque game that's not developed by FromSoft, so people were shitting on it. There was some things wrong with it. I personally enjoyed it. Like I played the whole thing. I loved it. So they've been putting out updates and patches like all year long, and then this is finally the definitive 2.0 version. They added a jump button, which is really nice. Like everything's really dope. Redneck boy, what's up, dude? We got 1 person on YouTube so far. We're doing good. We're doing better than I thought. What was I saying? But anyway, I mean, I hate when like developers listen to the people that are crying like too much, you know what I mean? Because they kind of made it too easy now. Like this game was pretty hard at launch, and like it's still difficult. It's still got that like Souls-like feel. You have modifiers too, so you can like increase mob density like when you start the game, so you can kind of pick how like hard you want it and all that shit. But I'm on like the highest mob density, and like it doesn't feel as hard or like nearly as hard as when I first played. But I'm enjoying it. It's still fun. In all fairness, like at launch, this game was an ass beater. Like the very first boss I faced, I lost like 10 times. Isaac, thanks, dude. Yeah, it's on Steam and it's on sale right now. So you could get the regular game for like 20 bucks and the deluxe edition for like 25 bucks. Badass. Thank you, Isaac. I appreciate you. Anxious Dota. Oh, hey, what's up, dude? Welcome on in. Hey, Isaac. Hey, guys, in the chat, if you see Anxious Dota or Dota? He's got a band. I gave him a vocal coaching session the other day, and his band's pretty sick. Anxious, if you want to drop a link to like the band Instagram down below. The community likes to support each other. And if you guys want to give him a follow, feel free to give him a follow. Let's see, Vincius Renin Mujos? Hey, dude. Can I call you Vin? I'm doing great, dude. How are you? Bodhi's starting to get a little uppity already. Where's your toy? My whole bed is covered in floof right now. He finally murdered one of his toys. He used to always murder his toys like immediately, but now he hasn't. But he tore apart his little badger. That badger lasted for like a long time. Thank you, Vices. I appreciate you. Isaac, you're in a deep depression. I'm sorry, dude. I hope you're feeling better, man. It's good that you're hanging out with your friends, though. Sometimes all it takes, well, not all it takes, but sometimes it helps to come kick it with your homies. Do the damn thing. Get your minds off shit at least for a second. Say what, Brigachu? You were just offered a husky puppy? I love huskies. They're a lot of work, though, man. Like if you take it in, like just know, first couple of years is gonna be a lot of hard work, but then they are great dogs. But that's kind of the bummer about husky puppies is people like adopt them or buy them, and then it's too much for them, and they like give them away, and they end up in like shelters and shit. Like that's so sad to me. So just know, as a husky owner, like the first year, maybe even 2, you know, you just gotta train them. But Bodhi is like the most well-behaved dog like ever. And I'm not just saying that because he's my dog, but like he doesn't bark at anything. He doesn't bark at dogs. He doesn't bark at people. I could let him off leash and he stays right by my side. He's super well-behaved. He knows like all the commands, like tricks. Like they're really smart dogs, you know, so you just got to train them and they become, you know, their personalities are so, like husky personalities are my favorite. They're like little people, man. They're so smart and they're so loving and fun. I've played Devil May Cry before. I wouldn't be opposed to playing it again. I'm on that Lords of the Fallen kick currently, though. I think you should get the husky puppy, but like, if you do get him or her, make yourself a promise that you're not just going to give him away. You know, you got to put in the work, because that's really sad for the puppy to keep like getting rehomed and shit like that. But it is worth it. It's worth all the hard work, I promise. Whatever, Mazda Beth, you have a dog too. And your little Boof, I love that Boof. He's a good boy. Yeah, Mastiffs. Isn't that what you have, Mazda Beth, is a Mastiff? Or something of the sort? Oh, okay, man, so you already know what you're doing. That's good. Yeah, I'd say do it. Do it, man. I get so heartbroken when I like see shit about like husky puppies like getting adopted and then like given back to the shelter and shit. It's like, come on, man. Cause like, dude, like I can imagine my life without Bodhi. Like Bodhi is like he helped me stay sober. Like I'm a you know, I don't really hang out with people, you know, so I can only imagine how lonely I would have been if it weren't for Bodhi. So Bodhi like saved me. I love that dog. What's up, Kevin90? Okay, man. Yeah, you're the man, dude. You know how it is then, huh? I can't stand that, like, that sadness, bro. It breaks my heart. Like, I would, if I could, I'd go to the shelter and adopt every single husky there. No worries, Isaac. Thanks for joining, dude. I hope you're on the up and up, my dude. Doggo is mucho loved. Yeah, I love bulldogs. I love their little squish. I love with bulldogs when you scratch them, you could like really dig in there, you know what I mean? They have all that like loose skin. You could really dig in with the loves, you know what I mean? 1 star, total nightmare, would not recommend it. Well, guys, I don't think any of you guys own Lords of the Fallen, but I have the multiplayer password set up as just grudges. So if you put that as your multiplayer password and then you try to invade, then you could try to invade me. And if not, then we'll just cruise, you know? I know Malekith has it, but he was going on a date tonight. And I know Gabe's playing, but I haven't seen Gabethan yet in here. Yeah, it's a fun game. Like if you like when I first played this game, it felt like Dark Souls 4. And I think cause I played Elden Ring, and then I kind of just cycled through. So like after I beat Elden Ring, I went to Dark Souls 3 and then to Dark Souls 2 and then to Dark Souls 1 and then Bloodborne, and then like this came out, and I kind of only cycle through these games. Throw Skyrim in there and that's like all. I think I'm gonna be playing Lies of P here pretty soon too, because the DLC comes out this summer. I just want to time it so I like playing the whole game if I can. Like if I'm really stoked on a game, I'll buy it first and then wait for the DLC. But I love being able to like have the full experience as the first experience, like the main game and the DLC all at once. Just get that like full story. Yeah, that is sad, Ev, man. But hey, at least you know though, you know, like it makes you more patient, you know, with dogs, because it's like they're like little kids, man. Little kids are a ton of fucking work. And sometimes you probably want to like punt them out a window, but you know, you love them, they grow up. Yeah. Dogs are like little babies. You just got to be patient. Jesus Christ, it's Jason Bourne. Hey, Vero. Taylor said after tour he'll redo it. Was he annoyed about it, or was he a good sport about it? Me and Luke have been up his ass quite a bit, so I kind of he seems like annoyed when I say it. So I love that guy though. He's a sweetheart. I've heard of Dota, but I haven't played it. Good. Yeah, that's good. I love being murdered by these games. That's why I play them. I love a good Souls murder. And then with my YouTube crew, I've got both chats up, so I'm paying attention to both chats at the same time. Feel free to chime in, ask me a question. You totally feel free to just hang out, whatever you want. I'm responding to everybody. I always do. So if anyone is new, just know that I rather enjoy chatting and talking with you guys. I like getting to know you, hearing about your day, becoming friends. You know how it goes. You're out of here, Vero. Have a good night. Thanks for stopping by. Have a good Ash Friday. I hope you have a good Ash Friday. Yeah, I'm quite a yapper, I must say. Well, kinda. It's strange. I'm not much of a yapper, like, in real life, but amongst friends, I'm definitely a yapper. It's been a wild week. Tell me why it was wild. Gabriel Gomez, what is up, my dude? Much love back, my friend. God, Red Bull's good. This is the only one I have, and it was before I even started this stream. I had already drank half of it, and I'm like, I gotta save half, because if I don't have at least half, it's like a motion thing. It's like I need it. It's like I'm addicted to having that Red Bull sip on stream, you know? Yeah, I mean, I'm all about like fantasy games. Fantasy games are my jam in general. In fact, I would argue that I exclusively play fantasy games. It's the only thing that I like. Well, it's the only thing that I could keep my attention. You know, just because there's so much shit to do, it really helps my ADHD. I love being able to like start doing something and then end up doing something completely else, but like it's still productive in the game. You know what I mean? My Dark Crusader guy. When I first played this game, I did a Pieta's sword, and Pieta's sword is like a lightsaber, and it's super badass. But I wanted to try to switch it up this playthrough, but I'll probably still end up getting the lightsaber sword, because it's badass. It's just gold radiant energy. Tickles my fantasy boner for sure. Gabriel, I am most definitely going to play Oblivion when it comes out. You think it's really shadow dropping? That's only a couple days away, if so. That would be so cool. Like, dude, Bethesda needs to get on their shit with those games, man. But have any of you guys played the original Oblivion? Like, I didn't even really think about this until today when I was watching a video. But the original Oblivion wasn't even an open world, right? Like, Skyrim was kind of like their first, like, big open world. But I heard that they're making Oblivion open world, but I never played it, so I don't really know how like the setup is or anything like that. It's kind of funny though, because I really wanted to play it because I was playing Skyrim. So I was like considering like getting it on like PlayStation 3. But I'm glad that I waited because it's going to be so much cooler to play like the revamped version, like have that be the first experience. Gabriel, was it open world or more like open zoned? I can't turn on song requests right now. I'm doing YouTube. I still need to try like an ice cold grapefruit Red Bull because I've had it and I enjoyed it. But I didn't know if it was like But usually, like, if it's ice cold, that's when you really can determine, like, if you truly like it or not, you know? Like, because I don't even like a semi-cold, like, yellow or blue Red Bull, and those are my jam. Semi-open world. Cool. I mean, that's good enough for me. Apparently, they're making it even more. But that's crazy that they were just planning on, like, shadow dropping it, though. That shit always leaks, though, huh? I remember back in the day, like in early Chelsea Grin days, like we'd be having like the pre-orders for the album, and then like it would leak. Like somehow, like someone from the label or like a media outlet that we would send the record to for them to review, like it always got leaked, and that shit pissed me off so bad. Hey, that's good enough for me, man. I'm here for it. I'm gonna play the shit out of it. Got switched to a different department at work. Tried to get laid off, and then went back to training for this new role. Damn, that does suck, dude. Especially if you're like, you know, you liked your old role. But I mean, give it a chance, you know. Maybe you'll end up liking this role better, and if not, you could always quit, you know. I mean, just for shits and giggles, you could start applying for different jobs right now, and if you end up like getting a call back from a place you think you'd really like, then rock it, you know? I'm my own worst leaker. Yan, what is up, my dude? Yanathon. This is so funny. So I'm running my PC and my monitor through a capture card to get to my laptop. Which isn't super abnormal, but like it was weird just because I was playing the game on my TV before. It just kind of felt funny, like running two computers to do, you know, to play and stream. Hey, thanks for the subscription. Thank you both of you for the gifted sub and the forced sub. I'm good. I'm styling. That company Starforge reached out to me, and they said they wanted to sponsor me, but then I filled out all that shit, and then they haven't really responded to me yet or back. So I don't know if I'm sponsored by them or not. But I was gonna try see if I could sweet talk them into sending me a new monitor. But their monitors are fucking expensive. Like for a 4K monitor, it's like $800. But I wanted to, you know, try to smooth talk my way into it, but I haven't heard back from them. I don't even know if they're sponsoring me. Like, it was kind of weird because they reached out to me on Twitter or X, because Gabe sent my information to like a bunch of different sponsors, and they were like really nice, and they're like, yeah, we really want to sponsor you, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, cool. And they're like, here, just fill this out. And I filled it out, and I haven't heard anything back. I was like, dang, don't leave me on red now after you got me all excited. Damn, Mazdabeth, shout out, 100th gifted sub. God damn, thank you so much. Mazdabeth, you are a sweetheart. Keeping me alive over here, I appreciate it. That's awesome, that's so cool, Mazdabeth, holy shit, 100? Jesus Christ. That's so badass. Thank you so much. Man, all you guys are so awesome. I appreciate you guys. I wouldn't be able to do this shit if it weren't for you, so I really appreciate it because I love doing it. And I love like being able to like focus my time on like my music and my streaming, you know what I mean? And I wouldn't be able to do it if I didn't have people like you that were willing to support me, you know what I mean? So I really appreciate it. It means a whole lot. Love you too, Mazdabeth. Thank you. So sweet. Giving me all the feels. You don't game as much as you used to, Gabriel? Get back into it, dude. It's good. It's good time filler. Yeah, back Chelsea Grin used to be sponsored by Monster. And so I drank a lot of it, obviously. And I can't do it anymore, man. Mostly because I would always mix it with booze. So it's got like a double weird feeling in my stomach. But that newer flavor they came out with, the nitro, like the dry, it's kind of like ginger ale. That shit rules. I love those. Xbox is having a huge spring sale. Yeah. I was going to say a bunch of games are pretty discounted right now. I was surprised that this was $20. And I own it on PlayStation already too. But it's a good thing because I was waiting for this second update to come out. And I was going to buy it on PC just so I had it. But I was like, I can't really afford this right now. I'm just going to wait until the update comes out. And then thank God I did, because the price dropped like crazy. I would have been so bummed if I paid triple the price and then it dropped down to $20. Hello, Mom. Try playing Schedule 1. I haven't yet. Is that on Steam? Schedule 1. What's the significance? Because I know they labeled drugs as like Schedule 1 and Schedule 2. Is it a game about doing drugs? I don't do that shit, man. Drugs are bad, okay? How funny would that be, though, if they made like a game, like kind of like Grand Theft Auto-ish, but like you were a drug dealer? I'm sure it's out there somewhere. Or, you know, it'd be funny if like in Grand Theft Auto, you know how you can like pick up odd jobs or whatever? Like one of the jobs you could get is like selling drugs, and you have it kind of like how on Skyrim, how like you could farm and shit. Silly, silly, silly. Dude, I've been a fan since the early days, and there are no plans on stopping. Oh, thanks, dude. I appreciate you, man. Thanks for sticking around. Thanks for sticking around all the years where I disappeared. And I would love to play a show, man. I really would. Like, the thought of it scares the shit out of me just because I haven't played one in so long, and I know I'll be like so nervous. But like getting back up there again, I bet it would just feel, you know, it's kind of like riding a bike, you know what I mean? Like the lead up to it would probably be so crazy. I'd probably be like driving myself crazy, but then just getting up there and doing it. Like I've always, you know, they talk about like the flow state, like with it when you're an athlete or whatever, like when you get into this flow state and you kind of don't really think about anything. Like I would get that on stage all the time. Cause even like, it didn't matter how many years I had been touring and playing shows, I'd always get nervous before going on, no matter what. But once you get up there, it's just zone. Like I've never like done anything else in my life that like brought me that kind of like flow state, like that just in the zone. Like everything else is shut off. You're just focusing on the vibe of the music and all that stuff. Well, thanks for waiting, big dog. I appreciate you. Truck Dealer Simulator. It really is. It really is that. That's pretty funny. I mean, Grand Theft Auto is great. I thought of Adam Warlock for some reason. Did a high school art project. Where did Andy Warhol? Oh, cool. Oh, you failed? Why'd they fail you? That's whack. They're like, I don't know who this guy is. F. This guy looks like he's the devil. Yeah, I mean, I honestly like that. The flow state is like a really incredible feeling. It's so crazy that like you could only achieve that like through certain things, you know what I mean? But it's awesome. I miss it. Try to find a good placement here. Drug Mule Simulator. You gotta like hide the shit up your ass and Put it in your prison pocket, as they say. Ah, there we go. Yeah, that would certainly be a way to go out, huh? Especially if that happens, because it just completely bypasses your liver. That would be really unfortunate. Alright, I guess I should go out into a zone to see if anybody invades me. I'm pretty sure if I do get invaded, it won't be by anyone we know. But that's okay. I don't know how many of you guys are familiar with Dark Souls 3. Well, Dark Souls 2 and 3, but they had a covenant system. So like if you did PvP style covenants, you'd like gain rewards to ultimately like purchase like armor sets or weapons or whatever. And then like they had like multiplayer ones where like if you helped someone like beat a boss or whatever, you'd get rewards in that. And this has the same system. There's a multiplayer one, a PvP one, and there's one that you get just from like one concept this game had that I thought was really cool. Like if someone playing this game dies, you have a chance to like see their lantern in your world, and if you activate it, then you killed a monster that killed that person, and if you do that, you get a little reward, and that's like kind of the other covenant too. Really cool. Because it was supposed to be a pop culture art project, and I was just getting into CG. Hey, what part of CG isn't pop culture? Come on. Goddamn teacher. Jesus Christ. You don't want that kind of teacher anyway. Like, what the fuck is up with that? Teachers are supposed to like encourage you, you know, and even if it's bad, you don't say it sucks. Like, offer up some advice about how it could be better, you know, or this sucks, fuck you. What an asshole, man. Oh yeah. I forgot to grab a water though. I might have to take a break to get an agua. I need to drink something on stream. I get rather parched, yapping my face off. That teacher should have been fired, not like you getting kicked out. That is stupid, man. Like what, why are you even a teacher if that's your attitude? Like, you're so burnt out that you just like fucking are, you know, you're like negative and hateful. Like I had you know, I've definitely had some teachers that I didn't really like all that much, but then I had teachers that like genuinely cared. Like I've told this story before, but I had a math teacher when I was in high school, and I was in an alternative high school too. So the alternative high school is like the last chance, you know. And some of the kids that go to an alternative high school, it's like either that or, you know, ending up doing drugs or selling drugs, or, you know, it's kind of like an in-between space, you know what I mean? And like I always just struggled with school because of my ADHD, and like I was more interested in music. It was the only thing that could like keep my attention. But this teacher knew I was smart, you know what I mean? Because if I applied myself, I was fine. I just struggled applying myself. And I was like barely into an F, and she called me into her office and we had a talk, and like she kind of like, you know, asked me a bunch of questions, and like through that assessment that she gave me, she's like, okay, I'm gonna pass you because I know, like, you know, you're probably not gonna graduate if you get an F, and like everything we talked about, like I believe in you, so I'm gonna give you a passing grade. I always thought that was like so cool, you know what I mean? Like, I already had a lot of respect for her because she was a good teacher, but that, you know, that shit stuck with me forever. And my English teacher in the alternative high school, he taught English through poetry. Like a lot of the examples that we did and like a lot of like the assignments we did was poetry related. And that's the reason I even got so good at poetry in the first place, like because of that teacher, which ultimately helped me write music. You know what I mean? So I'll always remember those teachers. It's kind of funny though, because he like with poetry, you don't have to rhyme everything, and like you shouldn't rhyme everything. He was always like, try to write stuff like that's still poetic, but don't rhyme every single word. But I always like rhyming. I don't like not rhyming. I probably rhyme a little bit too much, but my style, you know what I mean? I'm gonna turn the game volume down a little bit so we don't get blown out here. The action sounds are awfully loud. Oh shit. Oh my god, let me just spill my Red Bull on my PC. I would jump out the window. Yeah, dude, the factor meals were awesome, man. I like kind of ashamed to only be sponsored by them for a month because like I actually like it. But they're good and they're perfect like lazy man's food, you know what I mean? You pop it in the microwave, 4 minutes later, you're good to go. And for the record, I'm not even sponsored by them right now, so like I'm not just bullshitting you guys, like it's actually pretty good. I wanted to keep my prescription, but goddamn, like my monthly bills are disgusting. For like a single man that lives with roommates, like my monthlies are ridiculous, man. Like why is life so hard to live? You know what I mean? Jesus Christ. During that time, I also broke my dominant hand. Oh, damn. Well, that's even crazier, Ev, man, because so you broke your arm. So in order to continue doing that kind of art, you needed to be even more creative. You know what I mean? Which art is all about creativity. Like if you can't do something this way, then use your creativity to do it your own way. That is like literally art, like the definition of art. And he still failed you. What a piece of shit, dude. That would piss me off. It does piss me off. Anybody who tries to define art in their own terms and like their own words is not a real artist. That is bullshit. Factor doesn't even have frankenfood in it. Oh yeah, and it's like they use a lot of natural shit. Sometimes when you get those meals, like if you get like a meat option, sometimes the meat could be pretty questionable. But those would bomb. Probably because it's not actually meat. Sorry guys, I fell behind in the chat a little bit. Hey Fumbles, what's up, dude? You are part of the team, my dude. All right, I gotta skip forward just a little bit. Sorry if I missed you. Yeah, that sucks, dude. I mean, I'm sure it was hard not to take it personally. You know what I mean? Like honestly, there's a lot of things that like I was interested in when I was younger that I lost interest in just because there wasn't like a good way to do it. Like I remember in 7th grade, we had a choice between you could do the band shit or you could do art. But if you did art, you had to do art for only half the year and then choir for the other half. And at the time, I didn't want to do choir, which really would have fucking benefited me looking back. So I chose to play band instead because I wanted to play guitar. I was like, okay, like I'll get the guitar, but then they don't even let you choose guitar as your instrument. So I ended up playing the saxophone, which I didn't like whatsoever. And I wasn't good at it. It was basically like a wasted year because when I was younger, like if I wasn't like interested in it, like I wouldn't do it, you know? And I kind of regret that because I really wish like, because even like learning how to play saxophone would have helped my music career, you know? But taking choir would have helped me so much, man. Captain Bungus, dude. I like how you changed the name around a little bit. Captain Bungus. Pops came into my house. What? Oh, man. Saxophone. And saxophone is sick, but when I was younger, I was like, guitar was cool. You know what I mean? Like, saxophone wasn't cool. I don't want to play this. No, bring on the sap, dude. I'm always here for the sappy messages. You guys could talk about whatever you want, man. Our conversations always go in several different directions at once. I like it, though. Gotta kill all these guys, so if I do get invaded, I don't have to fight an invader and PvE at the same time. I really wish I would have taken choir, though. I can't believe. Because even like when I was first teaching myself how to scream, I had no idea what I was doing. Like, not an idea. So it took me like way longer to learn. But like singing and screaming are so similar. Like screaming is singing. You just put on that added distortion, you know? You project a little bit more. Like I would have been so much better of a vocalist if I would have taken that. Wait, how come you're not Captain Fumbles anymore? Oh no, wait, Captain Bungus. I was confused there for a second. Sorry guys, had a total brain fart. I'm playing Lords of the Fallen. Oh yeah, I can't get to this guy if I don't... Son of a bitch. Which, you know me and my attention span, I'm not good at playing games if I'm like talking. But I just want to clear this area out real quick just in case I get invaded. But I'm probably not going to play too much if I'm not getting invaded. Focus more on the chat. Okay, ass bitch. Take my radiant magic. The schools of magic in this game are really cool too. You could do radiance, which is like what I'm doing. It's all like holy magic, and like the catalyst for like summoning this magic is like you inflict a wound on yourself, and so you bleed, and that's kind of like how you do the magic. It's really like biblical. And then the other school of magic is Inferno, which is kind of like the devil magic. And it's all like fire and shit like that. And then there's a third called God damn it. I don't know why I can't think of it, but it's like limbo. In this game, you could go into 2 different dimensions, and limbo is kind of like if I were to die right now, I would transport into limbo, and you could get out of it and stuff, but you could learn all that magic too. That was a really good explanation, I know. You guys probably have no idea what I'm talking about, but hey, what my point is, it's badass. All right, I'm just gonna kill this guy over here, and then I should be good if I get invaded. Except I already lost like a couple of my heals because I'm not paying attention. I can't talk in game at the same time. Okay, bring on the invasion. I'm just gonna hang out here. Okay. All right. Thanks, Bungus. I appreciate that, man. And I'm glad. I'm happy. Like, you know, music always helped me, you know, throughout my entire life. And I don't think the genre matters, you know, because it's just an outlet, you know. It doesn't necessarily need to be like such like uplifting, positive music is just the music itself. It's like how it makes you feel. You know what I mean? But thanks, dude. I really appreciate that. That's awesome, man. Yeah, in CG, I didn't really write too many songs that were relatable. Like, there's a couple in there, here and there, where I got personal, but it was mostly like fiction. But in Amiona, besides the birth of death, like, it's all just like real life experience. And that shit's so therapeutic, you know what I mean? And even just listening to music is so therapeutic, you know? Kind of crazy how it could help, you know? Like, if you had like a long day of work, you get in your car and on your drive home, you blast some music, like you feel better. Like, it's crazy. Like, it's like medicine, you know? So that's awesome, dude. I appreciate that. And for the record, I am definitely in the same boat, man. Music has helped me through a lot, and it doesn't need to be like super bright and sunshiny. Like, if anything, you kind of like relate to the emotion, right? Like, even if you're listening to like a really sad and depressive song, it's the fact that you can relate to it that makes you feel better. You know what I mean? Like, you know, you're not alone. You could kind of like, someone is expressing the emotion for you. You know, you could blast that song and it's kind of like the emotion is being expressed. It's a magical thing, man. Oops, sorry, I got my here we go. Christopher, what's up, dude? Thanks, man. I appreciate you. Sobriety does wonders. It's kind of funny because like I feel like I look younger now than I did like in the later CG years. Like, obviously not the like early years. But yeah, I mean, just being healthy does a lot for you. Joseph, what's up, dude? Dude, that's awesome, man. Yeah, when I first started CG, it was just me and a guy named Chris Kilborn, and he played guitar. And at the time, he didn't even listen to metal music. He liked like classic rock and all that stuff. But I knew he played guitar. I wanted to be in a band. He wanted to be in a band, so we just did it. And we would just practice in his mom's basement. He'd have a guitar amp, so it'd be guitar and vocals. That's it. It was so goofy, but like, we're like, all right, we want to do this. Let's do it. I used to burn him CDs with like 20 tracks on it, like all deathcore songs. I'm like, okay, listen to every single one of these songs. And then that's how you need to start writing. And he's like, cool. And that's how CG started. Just two dudes that wanted to be in a band. Like, I didn't know how to scream. He never played metal music, but it worked, man. You know, it just goes to show you that you just got to go do it. You know what I mean? Like, the only person stopping you is yourself, you know? Good night, Death Lord. I am the Dark Crusader class. Oh, it's all right, dude. We could get deep. I like when we're being silly. I like when we're being deep. I mean, the stream always tends to go in like several different directions. Like, I enjoy it. Seven weeks sober. That's what's up, dude. Congratulations, man. Like, 7 weeks never feel that long until like you're trying to do something like that and be sober. Like, it feels like a long time. So that's, you know, it's hard work. Like, 7 weeks is huge. You're almost on 2 months. Back when like when I first realized I had a problem, I didn't think rehab was an option because I knew I couldn't afford it. Like, I wanted to get help and I wanted to be sober, but like in my dumb brain, like, I didn't think rehab was an option, you know? And I didn't really want to like tell a lot of people either. Like, the people that knew were the people that were closest to me. But I tried to get sober on my own a few times, and like, I'd do okay for a while. Sometimes I'd make it a couple weeks. Sometimes I'd make it a couple days. But I kind of had this point where I would make it like 2 months. I'd make it like 2 months on my own, and then like 2 months on the dot. Like would always, I'd be like, "Hey, look at this! I stayed sober for 2 months. I definitely don't have a problem now." And it's hard stuff, man. Like you don't really know or understand until you're in it, and like indescribable, you know. Thanks, Fumbles. Condemned. Oh, so you went like the like an Elden Ring, like the class that doesn't really have a class. That you start from like bare bones. Or is Condemned the pyro guy? I think you're the bucket guy. Deathcore is such a strange genre. You either get early I declare war or CG. Yeah, Deathcore is kind of funny. Chris, proud of you, man. It's crazy how the people you listen to and relate to are how we hear and see you in times of need. Is there any backstory to the song Dust to Dust? Yeah, Dust. So like I kind of just mentioned that there were a few songs that I got personal on. And since Dust to Dust was on Ashes to Ashes, you know, that was kind of later in my career. That's kind of like when I started kind of like really going down the black hole, you know what I mean? So Dust is that it was just personal. It was just, you know, it was mostly about depression. It was lightly about like alcoholism, but it was about depression because of the alcoholism. You know, I didn't realize that the alcoholism was making me depressed. Like I was very early, like the early stages of like identifying like what's going on and like why I feel like shit all the time, or like, you know what I mean? So yeah, it was just a personal song about feelings. Hey man, you did it all yourself though. I may have offered some advice, but you did all the work, dude. Been a fan of CG since Ashes to Ashes, since it's 3 a.m. for me. Oh, damn, you're up late. Oh, Germany, huh? Well, thanks, dude. And thanks for the kind words, man. I appreciate you. That's also like what's so cool about streaming. You know what I mean? Like, like it like still gives me the opportunity to like interact with you guys. Cause like before, like I would always, especially in the later years, like the last 2 or 3 years in CG, I made it a point to go hang out at the merch table for like hours at a time. Like especially at Warped Tour is at the merch table like all day, and like you get to interact with like so many people that just, you know, enjoy your music, and it's like it's a cool experience, you know. And obviously I haven't been able to have that in years, so like it's cool that this is the kind of platform like that where even though I'm not touring anymore, like I could still interact with like, you know, people from Germany, South America, the US, like we got Australia, like Mexico, like our community is all over the world, and it's really cool. The ignorantly heavy days. Oh, that kind of reminds me of what I was gonna say. So I saw like a meme. Well, it wasn't really a meme. It was kind of like one of those like anyway. So it was like this side it had old school deathcore, and then on this side it had modern deathcore. And it was like, do you like old school deathcore or modern deathcore? And honestly, I looked at that and I was like, I don't really see the difference. I mean, the difference has always kind of been like the band's personal style. Like to me, it's all the same, you know? And not in like, it's like all like generic, but I mean like that aggressive like heaviness is there. And I feel like that's what makes deathcore just like being heavy. You know, sometimes you have more metal type riffs, sometimes you have more hardcore type riffs, but it's just like, the heaviness is like what makes me think of deathcore. You know what I mean? That's awesome. That was a good album to discover us on. We were like really getting into our groove at that point. It's like the first EP. I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. Most of us didn't know what we were doing, but we did it. And then, like, I honestly, like, I was still learning vocals like all the way up until like Evolve. And Evolve is when I finally found like my comfort zone. And even then, I was continuing to learn. Like, I learned the most from vocals like in these last couple years when I started really studying like the anatomy of it and like knowing what parts of your body are doing what. And that helped me more than anything, because it's kind of like when you're lifting weights at the gym, like you got to get that mind muscle connection going. Like same thing with vocals. If you know like what part of your body is supposed to be doing what at this time, like it helps you like lock into it a little bit better. Lyrical content. You making a video on old school deathcore and modern deathcore? That video will be big, dude. I could see you getting a lot of clicks on that one. That's interesting, you know what I mean? You always say we in your writing instead of I. Yeah, thanks, dude. Yeah, Yan rules. The Brutality podcast is so sick. Such a good idea, dude. It's such like a niche idea too. Like no one would like, that's something that no one would think about, you know what I mean? But it's like interesting, you know? One of those light bulb moments, you know? Here, guys, I need to grab a drink real quick. Give me like 2 seconds. If someone invades me right now, I'm going to be so pissed, but give me like 2 seconds. And we're back. Did you guys notice if a notification popped up that said I'm getting targeted for the Crimson Ritual? I don't think I did. I think we're good. Last thing I want is to someone get a free win on my ass. AFK win. I named my daughter after your song. Her name is Lilith. Oh, that's awesome, dude. Yeah, that would be a song about limbo. That's like on My Damnation, the song Oblivion was supposed to be about limbo. We didn't really execute that concept album well. It's like it was so stupid. Like we came up with the idea to write a concept album, so I wrote all the lyrics in a way that would tell a story. And then the guys are like, when we're organizing the way the songs should go on the record, it was like, this should go here and this could. I'm like, dude, that has nothing to do with the story. Like if this song is down here, that's like totally killing the point of having a story. That's why I thought it was, oh, hey, thanks, Kate. That's why I thought it was cool with The Birth of Death, because like I came up with the story first. Like I came up with everything like before like the music. And then we wrote the album and structured the songs around my story. It was cool. First time I ever did that. Because typically we'd have like, when we're doing pre-pro, we'd have like the instrumentals done and then I'd start writing lyrics to the songs. But we've never done it the other way around where like the lyrics and the story were first. Like I didn't have the lyrics finished, but I had like the story, you know what I mean? I wrote each of those songs 10 fucking times. That's cool that your daughter's name is Lilith though, that's badass. Mom's gonna tell an embarrassing story. I don't think you got the story somewhat right. I was late for the bus and I was sassing you and giving you back talk and you frisbeed the plate at my dome. And then you're like, now clean it up and don't miss the fucking bus. I did. I stopped sassing and I did make the bus. You're double fisting it, Kate? Can't heart react here. Oh, I see. Difficult. Yeah, it is weird, like, writing the lyrics first. Because, like, usually, like, I go off a lot on feeling. So sometimes even if I have, like, lyrics pre-written, like, sometimes they don't even get used because each song, like, instrumentally, like, has, like, an emotion to it, you know what I mean? So, like, it's typically a lot easier to, like, feel that emotion first and then write the lyrics to it. But as I've gotten older, like, I could do it either way. Like, when I was younger, like, I definitely needed the music first, but I also, like, wasn't really, I mean, I didn't really know what I was doing, you know? Being self-taught. But now that I've like, you know, I've been doing this for almost 20 years now, you know, finally I'm in my comfort zone and finally feel confident as like a writer, you know what I mean? It only took 20 years, but hey. I'm fairly positive I've told that story on stream before, Mom. Boy, I was quite the shitty teenager, I'll tell you what. I had a really big problem with authority. Did not enjoy being told what to do. Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy because like normally, like if like Pablo sends me an instrumental, like like I'll hear it and then come up with like the emotion and the story and the feelings. It'll like spark something in me, or it'll like make me feel like a certain emotion that like would relate to another emotion I had, and then I'd kind of like build the song from there. Which personally, I like that better. Like I liked pre-writing. But like I don't know, I feel like you could get into the flow a lot better once you like have that emotion locked in. It starts to write itself after that. All right, I got a really hard skull. I honestly didn't even really feel anything. I was just like shocked. Like, did you just throw a fucking plate at me? Okay, I'll stop being an asshole. have audio of Alex at about 2 years old singing. Yeah. I used to sing all like the Disney movies, like Aladdin. Aladdin was always my jam. How many times was I Aladdin for Halloween, Mom? Like 2 or 3 at least. And then I was Batman for like 6. I used to have this like baby blanket that I would tie around my neck as a cape, and I'd wear it everywhere. I'd wear it out in public, everywhere. And it got so ratty and just like destroyed, but I refused. And it was like the perfect length too for how small I was. So it was like perfect cape length. That's actually how I broke my arm for the first time too. I climbed up on our kitchen table, and in my head, I was like, yo, I'm going to do a backflip just like Batman. I got my Batman footy pajamas on. I climbed up on the kitchen table and I attempted to do a backflip, and it was more like, eew. And the way I landed, my arm was behind my back when I landed. So it was like literally just straight on back, and like broke the shit out of my arm. I was like 2 or 3 years old. I remember too because I I think I must have like been high or something when they were asking me like what cast I wanted, like on like the pain meds or something. But I remember they showed like this like sticker book, and it was like all the colors of like what cast you were to choose. But I thought they were just stickers that they were gonna give me, and the pink one was like the largest one, and I was like, I want the fucking big sticker, you know what I mean? And so I ended up getting a pink cast. It was so funny. I was like, a pink cast. Everyone made fun of me. I was like, I didn't mean to. I don't know, Mazda Beth. I'm pretty sure my backflipping days are over. I've broken that same arm 3 times, so I'm good on the backflips. I do really want those shark onesies though. Those are badass. The only problem with buying stuff on Amazon is if I were to get the double XL, it would show up and it would be like a medium. Like Chinese sizing. Got the shark onesie riding up my ass. Yeah, I don't remember like being high, but like I also don't remember like it's funny because I still have that memory vividly in my head when they were showing me like the sticker book of what color cast I wanted. And like I vividly remember it's pointing at the pink sticker just because it was the biggest one. And I wanted the biggest sticker. Funny how you remember that shit. But I remember it too because then I was constantly made fun of for having a goddamn pink cast. And when you're like a little boy, it's like, that girls like pink, you know what I mean? So he's like super self-conscious about it. You can't just be a guy that likes pink. But hey, maybe that's why I like pink so much today. Stuck with me, and now I own it. I'm all about the pink. It'd be a look. That shark onesie is bomb. It's got like the hood. It's got a hood, and the hood is a little shark head. All that suicide silence, wasn't it? Hey, I appreciate your existence too. Thanks, man. My mom can't see your comments because she's on the Twitch, but Joseph says, "Best mom ever. I appreciate your existence and thank you, Mom, for a fighting legend." Good night, fam. Good night, dude. Appreciate you. Oh yeah, I had hella cooties for having a pink cast, and I was very upset that I had cooties. Like, God damn it, I'm such a girl right now. But hey, you see the world through a different lens when you're 3 years old. Ink the artist under dislikes. Hey, what's wrong with Pink? Pink slaps. Ironically, I like her song Sober. I'm pretty sure I liked the song Sober before I realized I needed to get sober too. What a jammer. What a track. That kind of makes me listen to it right now. I don't want to get banned from YouTube. Let's see how I know I've still got a couple people in on the YouTube. The boob tube. So for the people that are on YouTube that have stuck around, if you want, because I can't listen to music on YouTube because they'll ban me, but you could finagle it on Twitch so it doesn't get recorded to your VOD. If the people that are still around want to jump over to Twitch, we could start doing music requests. If you would like. But I ain't gonna abandon you. But I'm definitely playing Pink Sober at some point. Is it hard to get licensing for represses on vinyl of the old CG albums? Yeah. I don't even own that shit myself, and it's my music. You would have to go to whatever record label has the rights to whatever record you want to listen to. So that could be from Static Factory Records to Artery Recordings to Rise Records. And then you'd have to ask whoever the fuck. And they'll probably say no. Long story short. They enjoy making lots of money on other people's blood, sweat, and tears, so I doubt it. But hey, in a perfect world, huh? So you do like Pink. Oh, I get what you said. Okay, I got you. Now I understand. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't fault you if you were able to get your hands on a older vinyl, you know? Even though I wouldn't see a dime from it, it's still cool as a fan to own that piece of piece of the history, a piece of music. So I would definitely, I wouldn't feel any negative feelings. The only negative feelings I'd feel is to being taken advantage as a teenager and people willing to do it and then making money off of it. But it was our fault too. We were so dumb. We should have got lawyers involved for every contract we signed, but we're like, hey, our manager said this is a good deal, so let's sign away. So who do we got left? So if my mom is part of the YouTube crew, I think that takes us down to 2. Maybe just, hey, Christopher, if you want to jump over to Twitch, we could start playing music. If you would like. It looks like it's just you and my mama left on the YouTube. The boob tube. Which, for the love of God, I need to remind myself to be better about promoting on YouTube. I don't even think about it until I'm about to go live, and I'm like, oh yeah, I should go live on YouTube too. What are my favorite modern deathcore bands? That is a good question because I am so out of the loop on new bands. It's crazy. Crown Magnetar, they're fucking dope. I've been all sorts into that since we listened to it on stream. And they seem like cool dudes. The singer followed me on Instagram a little while ago. Kind of funny how like you're like so much more willing to like listen to like new music, like when like you enjoy the people first, you know? That shit's cool, man. He sounds like Nate Johnson, and Nate Johnson's one of my favorite vocalists of all time. I love that shit because it's like big and beefy. It's not just like the quiet, you know? But yeah, modern deathcore, I don't know. So Crown Magnetar, um, I don't know, man. I listen to podcasts. I get big old man energy. But I listen to a lot of different podcasts. Sometimes I want comedy. Sometimes I want real life. Sometimes I want serial killers. Sometimes I want cults. A whole lot of information getting soaked up in this old dome. I just enjoy like learning new things. You know what I mean? Like if I'm walking Bodhi or like clinging or like anything like that, like it's cool to have like some sort of information being pumped into my brain. I'd rather enjoy it. Even if it's like something like a cult, but it's just like this, you know, you can still learn a lot from listening to a documentary about a cult. You know what I mean? It's really like psychological, like how people could like fall for that shit in the first place. And like how like all it takes is like a really charismatic person to like make people like say, do, and like believe all this crazy shit. You know what I mean? Oh yeah, so I don't have it turned on yet. I wanted to give Chris a chance to jump over. Um, well, I guess that's it for the YouTube side of things. Thank you, YouTube, for stopping by. I know this is recorded, so if anyone sees this later, come party with us live. World Eater. Is that you, Chris? All right.